Alrighty guys, gonna try this again, having some technical difficulties, but the stock markets sell off, seeing their worst drop since November of 2023 with the SPY hitting 531. The Qs are also down today, hitting 449, and Bitcoin sold off to $62,000 yesterday, uh, but recovering kind of quickly on the fears that the U.S. recession may be getting worse. So, we're going to discuss what that means for the stock markets, including commodities, Bitcoin, and crypto. You know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button if you like this video and be sure to share if you want to see more. And let's get into it. So, what is going on, guys? There is a lot of fear on investors and traders' minds right now. Uh, Japan's Nikkei suffers a 6% drop today, and Nvidia is also under pressure here. Uh, Bouncing a bit higher, but was down to our 382 right around $100. So right now it is all eyes on the tech sector and these big cap stocks to see if this markets can continue to go higher or determine if we have put in a market top. So we are going to get into all of that. Right now, Nvidia is setting at 107.50. Coming up here a little bit, it looks like Nvidia may go for this gap fill down here around $95. Tom from FX Evolution posted this over on X. He put small cap signals early cycle. Um, in 11 of 12 trading sessions, the Russell traded plus or minus 1%. This only occurred 10 times uh, since 1979 outside of a recession or bear market. Every cycle signal given years 1987, 98, 2009, 2011, and 2020. So, what they are pointing to here is the possibility that maybe liquidity is still rotating into some of these other sectors, such as the small caps, and this market may have further to go today. The IWM sitting at 208, coming back down to a key support area to see if it can find support there. If it can and manage to get a bounce, well, then I think this is still be very bullish for the markets overall. A lot of people are asking about Bitcoin and what is going on with that. With it being a risk on asset, have we seen the top or are we going lower? Well, a lot of people look at Bitcoin as a leading indicator, and really, kind of from what I see here, Bitcoin has shown some weakness here in the past couple of days. Nevertheless, it's holding up a little bit better than the stock market seems to be. Normally, you get bigger moves with Bitcoin and crypto, but it seems like it's not quite as weak as the broader stock market or some of these bigger stocks currently. So we will discuss more about the price of Bitcoin, but I want to bring up a couple other charts here first. This is the IWM versus the SPY, and this clearly broke this downsloping trend. It fell below it today, but if we can get back above that, it looks like the IWM may begin to outperform the broader stock market. Looks like we're putting in a base here, so we could be going higher for some of these small cap stocks as long as the market doesn't get too bad. We also have the US 2-year versus 10-year nearing an inversion, and a lot of people say that once this uninverts, then we have to worry about a recession. But a lot of times that doesn't come till 6 or 9 months later. So we still may have some time here before we really need to panic. We do have gold hitting all-time highs here recently. Could this be a double top? Well, possibly, but I do think that gold is still going higher over the next couple of years. And we have the silver miners coming into key support here at the 382 at 31.58 on uh, the silver miners ETF SIL. So we may see a little bounce here as people start to hedge for safety. Let's go back to the stock market just to discuss where we could be going. We lost a 382 on the SPY. We filled this gap up here perfectly yesterday before selling off. And it looks like we could be coming down to the 618 for the SPY. If we just take a measurement and see where we are at from the top down to today, well, we're down about 6%. And really, that's just generally a correction. So anywhere between um, about 7 to 10% would be classified as a market correction. So there's nothing to get too worried about yet. We could see a bounce here down here at the 618 around this 520 level. Of course, a lot of people have been looking at the 530 level as a potential area of support. The Qs, same thing, falling down to the 618. We may find support here if we take a measurement from the top to the bottom. Well, we are down about 10, 11%. So um, the Qs, yeah, they are looking a bit weaker. We are seeing some weakness in some of these big cap stocks. And so we really need to keep an eye on them. I think that really all eyes are going to be on semiconductors to see if this AI bubble is over yet. And these things can continue to run for much longer. We also know seasonality wise that August and September is typically weak for tech, and the stock markets generally do see some weakness. Nevertheless, during the back half of the year, things can really get moving higher. So that's something to keep in mind. Another market we can look at to hedge our bets and find some safety is the bonds market, with TLT absolutely ripping up here the last couple of days, sitting at 97.83, and we are putting in a series of higher lows now, and it looks like this has based off, and it looks like this could be a good way to protect yourself and in the risk of a downward stock market, and we probably are going to see TLT go much higher. Our first zone here would be $100 to $110 for TLT. If you're interested in buying stocks, commodities, or crypto, you can do so over on Robinhood. Right now, Robinhood is offering a 1% boost plus 8 times the national savings rate, and they allow you to begin investing and building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They allow you to invest in stocks, options, and ETF, and trade commission free. Plus, they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos as well as gold. If you're interested, there is a link down below, and when you sign up, you will get one free stock. What I like about Robinhood is they allow you to buy fractional shares. So if a stock costs, say, $800 or $900, well, you can buy a fractional share with the money that you have. All right, guys, let's get into Bitcoin and what is going on with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin long liquidations hit 300 million as BTC fell to $62,000 yesterday, and I mentioned that here on this channel. Um, This is the Bitcoin heat liquidation map, and it looks like I'm going to have to update this real quick here. So hold on just 1 second, but I want to take a look here at the monthly chart here, and what I was pointing out yesterday is I thought Bitcoin would go down and sweep this $63,500 level, and it did that perfectly to grab that liquidity. But if we take a look at the weekly chart, well, you can see that the majority of the liquidity now sits above $70,000. We've been talking about this. We thought we would go up and sweep it, possibly here in the past week, but we just didn't quite get up there. So I think that's a real possibility. Where is Bitcoin going? Well, we will have to watch the price action to find out. But I do think there is a possibility that we fall down to around the $60,000 to $58,000 level. There is an open CME gap there, and so we may go down and sweep that area before turning up. Nevertheless, we have the RSIs at the bottom side on the daily as well as a lot of the shorter time frames. So it does look like Bitcoin is due for a bounce here sometime coming very soon. And nevertheless, I do think Bitcoin still goes higher later this year as the central banks step in to prop up the economy and continue to pump liquidity into the system. You also have this over here. This comes out today that Morgan Stanley tells wealth advisors they can pitch Bitcoin ETFs in a first for the big banks. So you know what happens once one of these banks mentions that they can start selling, well, then all of them will want to jump in most likely. So that is another plus. We know the Bitcoin ETFs really did well earlier this year with the biggest inflows in ETFs ever seen. We also have Ethereum sitting at 3,035 right now, and uh, at the bottom side of our range, it looks like Ethereum may start to outperform Bitcoin as well as some of these other altcoins as we have the Ethereum ETF launch right now. We do have a lot of selling pressure from the Grayscale ETF trust fund, but nevertheless, I do think Ethereum is going to really start to wake up here if we do start to see Bitcoin move higher. And this was posted over on X by Ted. He said Ethereum ETFs had a net inflow of 33,700,000. This was on the 30th. So BlackRock had bought another 18 million ETH. And so you do see that these big institutions are still purchasing Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. And so that is positive for the crypto markets. And Solana is sitting at 156 right now. And Solana is actually looking like it's probably one of the strongest altcoins out there. It's definitely my number one altcoin. I do think that Solana is going much higher. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and many more, you can do so over at iTrust. iTrust allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee. They are a tax advantage IRA and have over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. If you're interested, there is a link down below. And what I like about iTrust is they actually have people that you can call and talk to. All right, guys, it is Friday. Don't forget to follow me over at Mind of Financier on X. I post anything that I see that has to do with the stock markets, commodities, and crypto over there. I update and post over there regularly, and so be sure to follow me over there. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, guys, until next time, I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care, be legendary, and peace out.